Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you could just grab your attention, it is 11 o'clock. It is time to get today's auction underway. Good morning and a very warm EVES welcome to you. My name is Sean Foster, and I have the great pleasure of being your auctioneer here today. Now, very shortly, we're going to run through the conduct of auction that we work under here at EVES, but before I do so, just like to take a few moments to familiarise you all with the auction process. The auction will form principally three main parts. Initially, I'll cover off the legal particulars pertaining to that property I'm calling here today. Second, we'll revisit that property. And third, most exciting part, I'll offer the property up for your competitive bidding. Bidding process itself, it's very simple. I'll nominate a sum, you'll raise your hand, I'll count that bid until such time the bidding stops. Hopefully we've reached our vendor's reserve price and I'll bring it down the hammer, and in just a few short weeks you'll be taking possession of your new home. And if you are a prospective bidder, I wish you all the very best of luck with those endeavours. Now, all on the wall behind me is a picture of, sometimes it's a surprise, it's our auction team there today. We've got Amber here on my right here, just obviously controlling all the technology. She'll sort of keep track of the bids that you'll see on the screen here behind me. Mark Edmondson, branch manager, he's at the rear of the room, potentially to answer any questions that you may have, or indeed if you need any assistance with the bidding process, look, make yourself known to Mark and he'll be more than happy to assist. I just draw your attention now to the New Zealand Residential Sales and Purchase Agreement Guide. It is important that you have received your copy before you bid in that unconditional position here today. I know they've been made available via the open homes and the sales team. So if you are bidding, I would have deemed that you have received a copy. There we go, thank you. It's not my intention to run through the terms and conditions of the sale in their entirety. They have been made available again by the team. However, I will remind you that they are endorsed by the Auckland District Law Society and the Real Estate Institute of New Zealand, so you can bid up with confidence knowing they are terms and conditions used throughout the marketplace. Now, I will just sort of read out just a couple of the conduct of auction. In particular, I suppose the vendor bid. The vendor, which is 2.5, the vendor may bid personally or through a representative. Ladies and gentlemen, in our industry, it's called a vendor bid. I'm the only one as auctioneer that is authorised to place that vendor bid. If I do place the bid, it will be well below our vendor's reserve price. If you are the successful purchaser, I require you to do three things: sign our contract, pay 10%. I know we've had a bit of a variation to that deposit being paid today if they are the successful bidder of that purchase price, and of course sign the GST information. Now, before we move on to the property itself, anyone have any questions of me? Excellent. Well, to the property we go now. Amambali and Siobhan McCarthy have been marketing a 22C Breckons Ave in Norton, Hamilton. It is sitting on a cross-lease freehold section as contained in Certificate of Title SA 20C bar 353. The chattels included with the property unchanged from the circulated conditions. We have a settlement date which is 20 working days from unconditional or as mutually agreed. And again, I know we've had a variation to the particular settlements as well, agreed by both parties. To the property itself we go now. Proper, of course, 22C Breckons. This 90 square metre home features the 2 spacious bedrooms. It's built with solid split stone, so this home is made to last. The layout offers peace of mind and practicality. We've tucked off the road there with safety. Excuse me, with the conveniently located to access the motorway, the base and Wintec. As you can see through the home here, look, this property would be ideal first home or investment. I know there's good demand in this particular area here, or indeed great for the renovator who wants to come through, put their special touch to this property and obviously bring it back to the modern day. Instructions are quite clear. I've been asked to go to market, look for an opening bid. I'm in your hands, ladies and gentlemen. Opening bidder offer. I know there has been some keen interest. I'm looking for an opening bid. No matter where we start, it's where we finish that counts.
300. 300.
At 300,000, welcome to bidding, sir, at 300,000. We'll move away and say 20s from here, but with Sir at 300, who's got 320 to move along? At 300 I have. First, second, third, definitely no values in this area, especially with the split split stone home here. I'm going to place a vendor bid to 320 and I'll invite you to 340. Sits with the vendor, happy to retain the property at this level. I'll invite you to 340, can I say, on the knot. With the vendor now at 320, looking for 340.
25?
At 345,000, I'll take that at 345.
20.
Still, don't need to play in fives. We're some way from real value. At 340, I have. At 340, I have. At 340, the bid. Again, we'll move tens from here with Sue now at 340. First, second, third. See, I'm going to place one more bid on behalf of our vendor. I'll move it to 350. I'll invite you the opportunity to get me to 360. Maybe we can have a chat with our vendor and yourself to see if we can get a deal together. At 360, can I say, on the nod? At 350, it's with me. At 360, I've got it there. At 360, but what we'll do now, Amber, we'll just pause, put some music on, and we'll just have a chat with both. Your patience, working hard for both our vendor sellers and obviously the purchaser. Please announce we've had an advance in the bidding to 368,000. Sir, please confirm your bid at 368,000 on the nod. I have clear instructions from our vendor. We're selling away here for one another bid. First, second, third and final at 368,000. Property sold. Welcome to the neighbourhood. That does conclude today's auction. Get out there, enjoy the sunshine. Good morning.